Hi, everyone. Thanks for showing up. Thank you. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Juniper. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Kevin. I saw Lisa here, Karen, Yvonne, Michael, Warren, Lisa. Thank you for coming, you guys. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Baby Blue, Kara, Paula. And my members, Anja. Don't forget, I posted on my community page that I will not be doing S through Z on the 3 card on Thursday like we planned, because for some reason I was talking to Julie and Dennis, and I'm like, so I leave Wednesday, right? They said, no, you're leaving on Thursday. I was like, what? So I looked, and sure enough, they were right. And it makes sense because with the things we're doing, we're going up to the Grand Canyon and we got all this good stuff taking place. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. So I'm landing at 3. So there's no way I can make it back here for all you guys. And I was going to do it later. And I thought, what if I'm wiped out? So we're doing it Friday, I think at 4 p.m. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Patricia. Thank you, Navigation from LA. Nita, Paulette. Oh, hold on. Paulette had a dream. Hold on. You know I like dreams. Where are you, Paula? I wanted to share that I had a dream about DT this morning. He was forced to step down by his own people due to his physical and mental health situation. He seemed to be confused about it. I wouldn't doubt if that comes true. Also, did you guys see what first of all, when they asked everybody at the White House, what do you think about the 7 million march? And they said, we don't care. Of course they're going to say that. And then, hold on. And then he posted him in his king hat flying over the crowds, dropping piles of feces on top of everybody, which he wished he could do. And he said, this was no big deal. Did you see all the black women with MAGA hats on? Hello, I didn't see one black woman with a MAGA hat on. He just lies. Show us a picture if that's what you saw. Show us a picture of a woman with a MAGA hat. Hi, Mark. Oh, hold on. Somebody's saying something about our Jack. If Jack Smith is subpoenaed, he wants to be subpoenaed too, by the way, and testifies before Congress, will he be safe? Yes, he'll be safe, because there's a lot of people still working for the DOJ that like him. Will Agent Orange try to have him arrested? Yeah, but it's a nothing burger. I'm telling you, they won't arrest him. And let me tell you why. It's because he's got so much information he could spiel right there. Trump won't take that risk. He talks a lot of blow up. Oh, he needs to go. He's terrible people, but no, he's got too much on him. That's why he doesn't care if he goes before Congress. He give them what they need for sure. Yeah, but that dropping of feces, isn't that just like so Victor immature? It's so immature, you guys. Also, it's just like there's this government still shut down and they could use the nuclear method. Somebody asked me, I think it was Lisa, she said, so why aren't they using it? And I sat for a minute and I heard, because then the government would open and they have to swear in the Arizona congressperson. All of a sudden, my eye is just itching. Sorry, you guys. Okay. Will Texas turn purple? This is from Miguel. Listen, did you see the Texans that came out? It was beautiful. There were so many Texans that came out. It wasn't just Austin. It was Houston. It was Dallas. They march. I'm going to tell you, Texas will, especially once they get rid of four wheels. That's terrible to say. I'm sorry I said that, but he's not a very nice man. What's up with Prince Andrew giving up his royalty? Will he go to jail? No. That's one of the ways they're keeping him out of jail. No, he won't go to jail, although he should. I don't see him going to jail, you guys, but I see him having to give up his titles. I thought he had already gave them up when his mom was still alive, and he was her favorite. But he is just a big disappointment to the royal family. Dolores, yes, the Orange Crush wants to cancel welfare, but he's not going to be able to. So a lot of people are going to be suffering coming up these next couple of months. I've got some beautiful emails I'm going to post on my community page. One is how to give, which I'm going to write a check before I leave, to the Army. They have a direct link to their to where they have, they can buy whatever. They can get money or they can food, whatever. I'm sending them money. There's also one for the Navy and for the Marines. So I'm going to post that. Someone else, my friend Uma, said that Zeke, is it Zeke? Or there's some temples that actually serve food 24 hours a day. So go to wherever you worship, or if you don't, find a place of worship, because a lot of them will be. I'm going to check around here about what to do. I'm already buying toys. I've got a big pile of toys in my garage to send to the firehouse down the street. Has a big thing they collect for toys, but I'm going to double check because I don't know if they ship them everywhere, because I wouldn't mind them giving it in the closer area, but whoever needs it. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. He gave it up because they don't want, let me tell you, didn't Prince or King Charles already kick him out of the place he was in? He was so upset. He said, no, you can't have that place anymore. No, Barron will not have political power. That's funny, Patty. You wrote me that because I got a flash, okay? And I was minding my own beeswax. And I saw, thank you guys for coming. Thank you. After us. Football Sunday. That's what I'm talking. Anyway, who's going to be brought up for treason? I'm not quite sure who you're talking about. But anyway, Barron is not going to be able to accomplish anything. He can't even get through college right now. He's got something off with him, thank goodness he's got his dad's money that he can survive. But if he was just a regular kid on the street, he would be diagnosed and on medication. I don't know if he's on medication now, but he couldn't be president. Although, hey, we didn't think Trump could be president again with all those charges against him. Who's going to be brought up for treason? My old stomping grounds, Oaktown. I'm wondering if you can read anything on Oakland. My husband is also psychic and has long seen the city push back against Trump, which, by the way, they had a good amount of people come and march against Trump. Troop deployment there with significant violence. It's funny you say that because I do see violence. Because you don't mess with Oakland. You get the people out there. I see regular folks staying home, staying safe, maybe coming out of Oakland. Listen, I worked on the 9th floor at the Oakland Trauma Center there, and that's where the nursery was. And we heard like a pop, and we looked on the 9th floor in the nursery. There was a bullet that had shattered the top part of the window on the 9th floor. I used to have to be accompanied out to my car. Oakland's calmed down a lot, but I used to have to be accompanied out in my car, and you could hear gunshots going on. That's the way it rolled. Oh, yeah, I got to answer this question too. But anyway, I do see some violence with Oakland. I'm sorry to say that. They're itching for a fight. But yeah, I don't know who it is, but I see gunfire. And I do see some people getting killed. Pretty soon, this whole ICE thing is going to be packed up and shipped off. Don't ask me why. Just lawsuit after lawsuit. They can't wear masks. They're all in trouble. Trump and Putin are having must build a tunnel. Yeah, I saw that. And I said this on my last show. Nope, not going to happen. Negative. Not going to happen. They could start it, but it would take years and years to do that. It's not going to happen. Nope. I know what you're saying. No taxation without representation, but they don't care. They'll still tax you. I just wish Governor Newsom would do what he said he was going to do. He said he was going to keep all the federal taxes to the state of California. He needs to do that. Yeah, Kelly. Mark Rubio will be held to account for turning over MS-13 informants to El Salvador. Absolutely guaranteed. He's in huge trouble. I don't see Obamacare being taken away. Somebody said, I don't want Obamacare, but I'll take, what's the other name? ACA, which is the same thing as Obamacare. I see them fixing it up, though. Okay. Legality. Okay. I thought that might be it because he was yelling it out loud, but maybe some professional legalists or constitutionalists told him, dude, I wish you could do it, but you can't. Musk is going to take off. I've seen that. I've seen him. People talk about Trump taking off. Musk is going to go probably to, I don't know if South Africa would accept him, but I see him taking off. Hold on. I see masses of people marching still. So, okay. So this time they're guesstimating 7 million, which is triple the amount of people from last time. And you can't tell me that Orange Crush isn't upset about that. Oh, who cares? And then he thinks he's being funny with the planes, with the dropping the poop, you know. Let's get his people out there to march. Apparently there was a few. One woman had a gun. I posted something, realized it was from the first time, so I took it off. But one woman had a gun, and two guys started saying that they love Trump and F you and all this. Two guys, older white men. And next thing you know, his glasses are gone and he's got a big scrape on his head. And they told him to get the F out of here. Get out of here. And they were how are they going to take on all those people? It was ridiculous. Okay, let's see. I don't pick this up, you guys. Amy, anybody else? I don't pick this up. I'll have to watch Sterling. I'm sure someone asked him. Are they deliberately using weather, things that they use to remove the indigenous people? I think that typhoon came from someplace else. I really feel like it's the way of the world right now. But no, I don't get that, sweetie. That's all I can tell you. 7 million protested. I don't know how many signed up, but 7 million. Their guesstimates is that it's 7 million, 2,700 places signed up. You guys sent me some great photos. No Kings was incredible yesterday in Plymouth, Massachusetts. And did you guys see Boston? Oh, it was beautiful. Did you see Texas? I love it. My question is, are we going to be able to vote in the 26 midterms? Yeah, I've been saying that. Don't you guys worry. I know everybody's like, oh my God, see, we can't be collective in that fear. Know that you're going to be able to vote. Just know it. I don't see us being unable to vote. He might be so bad by then. Okay. Oh, yeah. The guy who was acting like an idiot fell on his face. Yep. So Dan and his beautiful wife, Judy, were in New York. They traveled to New York. They didn't stay in their state of New Jersey. They went to New York. And they said it was a beautiful thing. It was the energy was alive. And then he said, we're going to go get something to eat. You know, that's my language right there. I was like, you didn't bring a sack lunch? But I said, well, are you going to be able to find a place? Because I figured it was so packed. He said, are you kidding? This is New York. So, oh my God, I believe this. I believe this. Obama was interviewed and said if he was to run for a third term, Michelle would divorce him. I don't blame her. Oh, it's a terrible thing. And Trump's not going for a third term. Idiot. Okay. Lisa, I saw you wrote something, but I can't. Oh, look at this, what Dan said. It was so calm, like a huge block party. The cops were bored. I love it. I love it. My sister lives in, she probably means Scotland, and has not received her ballot yet. For the ballot for California, watcher, I filled mine. Mine's is gone. I even got a call saying, we got your ballot. I said, then don't bother me, sucker. I do see a big thing when the new president comes in. I see a big commission of people working on what's going on with missing and endangered and murdered. Excuse me. Murdered Indigenous women. I see a big, huge, and a report done on it and everything. Let me tell you, they got so much work to do. They've got to clean this mess up, and it's going to be tough. Don't worry about that underground thing, because that's not happening. Even if he starts it, it's not happening. The other thing, between Russia and Alaska, nope. Not on our watch while we're still alive. The other thing is that ballroom, he may finish it somewhat. It's going to be gaudy, but as soon as he's gone, that's going to be tore up or made into offices or something. And what's the other thing? They're going to bring up the rose garden. They're going to make it into a real rose garden again. Because right now you got to belong and pay money into Trump's private coffers to belong to the rose garden people. Do you think Trump and his appointed people will be brought up in it? Absolutely. Especially his people. Okay. Especially his people. I really hope that he's alive and able to see all the charges that are coming up against Trump. But it's not going to be, he told me to do this. They are all in trouble, especially Miller and Marco Rubio and all those behind Bessette, all of them. And who's that guy that took the money, the 50,000? Oh, that's not done yet. Oh, I know. I saw that. Kristi Noem getting 2 airplanes. She's over there all dolled up, posing, thinking she's all that. Now, she's another one that's going to be in trouble. She's another one. What? Robert said, why an ICE agent drive a work SUV to Maine after he shot a woman in Chicago? Why Maine? I have no clue. I don't know about that. I'll have to look it up. I heard that Stephen, my ex-husband who lives in Maine, in Bangor, you know, he loves Stephen King. He said, you know, he used to come to their schools and talk to them. And we drove by where Stephen King used to live in his house. And I imagine he's used to people driving by. And they do lobsters on a roll in Maine. It's like, what a waste of lobster to me. Why would you put mayonnaise and stuff on lobster? Just give me the lobster fresh out of the oven, grilled with a little butter. You know what I'm saying? But they eat it in a lobster roll, and he kept talking about lobster roll. That was no big deal for me. Same as a crab roll, if you ask me. But I heard he's living in Florida with his wife. God, why would he choose Florida? Oh, G. Green says, oh, yeah, we should buy some merch anyway that says Obama 2026 to trade with the magazine. We should. We should. Really? Mary Huddleston said there was more people in New York City protests. Well, it was a protest / march than there are in Times Square for New Year's Eve. They're saying this is the biggest ever since the 1970s. And my son said, why is that, Mom? And I said, it probably was the Vietnam War. I don't know what this person is asking. I have concerns what will happen when Shady V takes power. I don't know who that is. Oh, you're talking about Maybelline Man? No, and he's disliked more than Trump. It's going to be so blown up when Trump has to go that people are just so, you're going to see more marches, you guys. People are just, this is like, we made a big statement. It's going to be so blown up that people will be throwing tomatoes at him too. Michigan was great. Good. Yeah. Go Michigan. Thank you. Will SCOTUS stripping minority voting rights affect the outcome of the midterms? Remember, I looked that up, you guys, and I asked chat, and it said, I said, if you get mass influx of people voting, regular citizens just voting, can you override these sort of things they do with saying only these type of people can vote? And it said, yes, you can. If you get enough people voting, that it can wash out all. So what you're going to have is even though 50 is going to pass, okay? So we'll fight them toe to toe. And then when blue takes over, finally, then that's when you're going to have, they're going to change the lines again. They're going to make sure that they can't just say, and that, don't forget, whoever the new president is that's coming in, I think the new president will serve 8 years. I see them changing, making that SCOTUS come before them for crimes, for lying, definitely for lying. They're in trouble. And it's going to be like what happened with Franklin D. Roosevelt, because that SCOTUS voted against him for Social Security, for everything. And then he said, you know what? I had the right to pack the court. So that's what I think I'm going to do. And right after he announced that, and he was getting ready to start packing the court, They started voting yes on everything for him. These guys will try to save themselves, but it's not going to work. No one's trying to convince Trump to step down because they're using him. He's a nothing burger. He's just a puppet. He goes up there and they whisper in his ear and he says what they want him to say. They like him being there. Where I demonstrated, there were probably not counted. Ooh, 3,000 in the room. A lot of drive-by protesters honking, cheering us on by honking, waving, and displaying signs. Okay, so people driving by, people that probably couldn't indulge. There was a game across the street with the little ones, the little junior league things. And I'm sure a lot of those people couldn't be involved. Who's the one? See, here's the thing. Now, those two guys, those white guys that got, the one fell and hit his head, they were, God bless them, they stood there amongst all these young kids saying, yeah, we love Trump. But they look like they probably have money and could care less about poor people losing their insurance. But you wait till the Midwest, till red states, these people are really going to suffer, and it's really sad. So you know what? Whatever, if you still have a job and a little money, give to wherever the food, give to your church for food drives, make sure they're for reals, because I hate people that lie and say, yeah, we're going to give it, and then they take it home. I'm waiting for the turkeys to come in. Safeway don't have them. Costco don't have them. I asked Costco, when the hell are you guys getting your damn turkeys in? What? He said they usually don't come till about 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. I said, oh, shoot. But I want to buy as many as possible frozen turkeys to give to the community. Okay, so, and some people are going to have to do without health care and just bite the bullet and know this too shall pass. Don't worry, okay? Well, just don't get sick. Don't get in a car accident. Well, they still have to put you in there, but even if you get this big bill, whoever the new president's coming in will tell you, yeah, forget the bill. Oh, I know, Fetterman. Let's look at that. Has Fetterman lost his damn mind or just showing his true colors? I think when he had that stroke, something happened. I really do. Let's see what happened. Is he coming up to be on the ballot for 26, or do you guys know? Marjorie, I don't think that Ukraine will get the Tomahawks, but let me tell you, they're building their own stuff. They're asking Trump, but Trump is just, he's a taco, I'm doing this, and Putin says, we'll do a nuclear war. Yeah, whatever. He should talk to Putin like he talked to the North Korean guy. Yeah, come on, Rocket Man. Everybody was like, here we go. We're going to have a nuclear. And then Rocket Man made friends with him. Okay. Somebody said GOP got to Fetterman. Yeah. He needed money, and he got it from the right. Yeah, I think he'll be primaried, Kevin. So when's the next election, Kevin? 26? He knows this too. He's not right in the head. That is showing. He's not right in the head. Yeah, he has to walk away. Nobody's happy with him. No, Trump is going to let it blow. I'm going to tell you, he's not doing anything. Right now, he just got done saying when he gets back to the office, he's going to cut all kinds of Democratic. And Fetterman is sick. He's still sick. Something else may happen with Fetterman. Not that he's going to die, just that he's got some. So he'll act like, yeah, well, that's okay because I'm not doing well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a mess. Yeah, decades. Sterling's right. I see at least 2 decades. But the thing is that bit by bit, they're not going to drop it. They got to get the people that come under the, you know, how you only have so long before you can sue somebody. I see that happening. I see that charges will be done almost immediately on the people within that worked within the administration, especially that guy that took that 50 million. Oh, Katie Porter, I'm worried about. I don't know. My daughter wrote me and said, Mom, I think she's done. But let me look. Katie Porter. She's just one of those people that has a mean disposition. There's a lot of people out there that are good workers, but they can have a mean. And the part that, when she was in that interview, the part that bugs me, and you can tell me the truth, is that really being sweet. You know what? I think I'm going to end this right here. I think I'm going to just end this right here. Okay? That bugs me. Don't ask me. You got to be real. So you know what I'm talking? Like, F you, buddy. I'm out of here. Here we go. Charlie Kirk's assassination feels like there'll be more information that comes out probably within next year. We're almost ending this year, thank God. We're almost in November, so then we only got another year for the big votes. How long will it take? Yeah, a couple of decades, but I was going to look at Katie Porter. Sorry about that. Nah, doesn't look like she'll win, you guys. She's really smart, but yeah, too many things working up against her. And the opposite tribe it won't be a Republican. That's the good news. Yeah, she's been judged. She's been judged. She kind of knows that too. You know, she's going to probably do a forum with talking, a debate, and I see her doing pretty good. But yeah, they're really going to hold it against her. Our blue era will start 26. Yeah, 27. Oh, hold on. In your community tab, I put a link to community resources for food and health. Thank you, Melody. And I'm going to add all the military. I'm sending them a check for whatever they need. There's an address. You know, I don't like doing it online because once they get you online, they blow up your page like, don't act blue. Oh, forget about it. Yeah, they're going to try to do. This is interesting. Are they going to blow up Trinidad and Tobago because they've issued evacuation of U.S. citizens? They're thinking about it. They're thinking about going in. Let me look real quick. Here's the deal. You're not paying your military. These people have people they have to work. You know, when there is a major thing that happens, like an earthquake or whatever, one of the foremost things that, like the fire department, police department, do is just to make sure their family's okay. The reason they do that or insist that they do that is so you can work accordingly. You know your family's good. You know they're heading to your mom's or whatever. That they need to be able to do that. So let's see. How are you going to send U.S. military in when they got people at home with no money to buy food? Let's look at that. They're thinking about it for sure. Okay? People will be very upset with this. I see U.S. citizens there telling everybody, get the hell out. they're going to come in and they're going to try to do some. They're going to try to show their strength. They're going back and forth on this. We'll pray about this to make sure that we don't go there. But pray on it. But even if they do try to do this, I see the world getting very upset at them. The United States is already on the SHIT list. Okay, 3,600 in the house. Oh yeah, definitely. If somebody just said if Katie Porter was a man, yep, and it because I just have this bad feeling they're going to use that against her. And I'm sorry I had to say it out loud, but that's what I get. But if she was a man, oh yeah, that's how men's be, you know. Well, DT's Antifa is a terrorist or stick? No. Because all those men buried out there, including relatives of mine, in military graveyards. You calling them all Antifa? Oh, hold on. To all who know our story, not one senator or representative has called us back to help out. Figures. I'm so sorry, Hawaii bound. Oh, and this is another big one, you guys. Innocent potato. Oh, girl, I love me some potato with sour cream and butter. Sorry. Can you tell I haven't had lunch? It's dangerous not to pay air traffic controllers. Like their job isn't stressful enough. And they're telling them if you call in sick, you'll be fired. That's totally illegal. They can't do that. They can fire them if they don't show up because they hate the job. But if they got a doctor's note, they can't do that. And it's none of their business what they're sick with. I remember nurses had a hard time with that. Okay. Let's look at air traffic controllers. God bless them. And I'm flying out tomorrow. God bless them. Our TSA in San Francisco is private. It's not owned by the government, which helps. They're losing patience. They're losing patience, you guys. There will be an agreement coming up in another week or the 1st of November. There will be some incidents taking place. Did you see those two United Airlines clipped each other? Don't forget what happened to me when I came back from Southern California. Just as we were getting ready to land, that plane went straight up. We're like, what the heck? And went straight up, and then it went all the way to the wherever it could, be straight. And it circled and came back down and landed. And the pilot said, well, I didn't like the look of the runway. And then the same thing happened to Mel. He said, you won't believe what happened to me when I came back from Iceland. Right when we were getting ready to hit the runway, the plane went straight up. And the pilot to them said there was another plane coming and they had to get out of the way. So there you go. Thank God for the pilots, huh? I wouldn't want to be flying in the wintertime with bad fog or something. Ooh. Yeah, you guys. I have to watch Sterling today to see if he talks about this. Look at this. There might even be a lawsuit that's going to happen with the airlines because they'll blame the government. Something may happen. Hope it's not on my flight, but something may happen that a close call or too close of a call or something that's a tragedy. And people will be outraged. It's going to end things. It's going to make people say, you guys better sort this out. Like, you better find money in that bag there and pay us. That's what I was saying. When there's emergency, responders check their families first, and they're allowed to do that because they want you to be able to think. Now, how the hell do you think not paying people, especially we're coming into Thanksgiving and Christmas, how are you going to do that? It's terrible, you guys. Let me just take a quick look. Let me take another quick look. 38 in the room. Thank you guys for coming, especially on a Sunday when I know you're getting ready to watch your football game. We do have our priorities. Geez, I hope they take care of our players who have to travel. Oh, let's just hold on. Let's check. BBC is notifying me on something. What's the news? Israel says it will return to ceasefire hours after carrying out strikes on Gaza. Of course, we know this. We know this. I want to take a real quick look about the budget. Now, we know Mike Grinder, or also known as Johnson, the Johnson & Johnsons, he's already said, no, you all stay off till the 24th, I think. Okay, so. Now, listen, Trump may act like I don't give a F you, whatever, and say whatever about the marching, but you better believe, even in Idaho was packed. You better believe those representatives are watching and know, holy crap, they aren't the ones. And somebody said the vice president won by she got 7.5 million votes. Okay. And she actually got more, but you're saying to those 7.5 million people, yeah, whatever. Oh, don't worry. This is going to get good. Hold on. We ask a lot, and sometimes it's not good to do that, but I'm just dying to know, are we going to come to a budget strength? Some things will happen that are off course that's going to affect a lot of people. Ooh, something big is going to take place where they say, okay, fine. Here's the negotiation taking place, and it's quickly resolved. Interesting. Okay, hold on one second. I just got to ask. Hold on. Okay. Angel of light and mercy. Can you please tell me the truth, the whole truth? It says, yes, I will. Is there a major event that's going to take place that makes the United States decide to do their budget? Yes. Does it have something to do with air traffic control? It's saying yes. I think it's more than air traffic control. Is it something to do with the military? Yes. Big yes on that. I wonder if because that one guy, after they blew that boat out in the Caribbean, the general, he quit. He's resigning. Everybody's shocked because he wasn't even on the job that long. But I think you might have some huge thing involving JAG and everything else telling the president, knock it off. Something big's going to happen. It's not like a death with the president. Sorry about that. I know you was hoping. Okay. Yes, don't worry. ICE will be brought up in charges. They will figure out. Let me tell you, it'll be the Nuremberg trials. And don't forget, so many of the Jewish people that were in these terrible times deliberately found the people that that treated them the way they did. They worked their buns off, and that's what you're going to see. You're going to see people getting these people for doing what they did. Don't worry. Yeah, the Epstein files are coming out, but they're going to try to figure out some way to be able to put that congresswoman in and then still not give us the files. But I do see it coming out. Might not be till January, but I see it coming out. Kay Morris said they had a great outcome. No, Nancy Mace will not win South Carolina governor. She will not win it. That's what I see. I know the KKK just recently lynched a black man. They proved that he was hung. Who paid for that? Kaepernick, the old 49er guy who went on his knee and was crucified. Anyway, he paid for another autopsy, and they found out he was lynched in the United States in this time of age, and it didn't even go all in the front of the papers. Shame on all the media, too, because why didn't you put it on the front page of the news? Lynching is still going on. And don't forget, we just announced lynching was illegal just recently. I was shocked when I found out it was still not illegal. Yeah, and I got to tell you guys something. Go ahead, thank you. He wants to hurt, that's what I heard. He wants to hurt the Dems as much as possible, especially for the 7 million that came out and marched. He only has the rich people and the ones that if he came to a full stop, their heads would go all the way up his behind. He's only got those people telling him how wonderful he is. Even when he went and talked, even when he was in the first presidency and he went to talk to other nations, they laughed at him. Oh, you're laughing, he says. Yeah, they're laughing because you're a putz. Oh, 4,000 in the room. This, I got to tell you something on this. Thank you, Colin Kaepernick, for giving the family the truth. And you know what? It's not plastered everywhere. But this too shall not lie still. There's more stuff coming up. I don't see it being approved. Because that guy, he's not going to win. The guy that he said, only if you win, he's not going to win. Yeah, Melania has a double. Ooh, interesting. Trump exposed the CIA in Venezuela. Oh, and listen, you don't want to piss the CIA off, although they tend to do things like they own the ship. But, it's like pissing off all those generals. They got their eye on him. And if they can do some covert thing to take him out, don't hold your breath. Let's look real quick. CIA, Venezuela. He said that the CIA could go into Venezuela. Remember? So is that exposing them? CIA in Venezuela. They act like they're doing something to help our nation. He's making it difficult. There's some truth that's coming out about this. They're going in. They're going to have to leave. They're going to have to leave and leave people behind. So somebody's going to come down on them in Venezuela. Might not be good guys. Okay. All right, you guys. beautiful outside. The birds are singing. Yeah. Will Trump have hip? Where there's smoke, there's fire. And someone yesterday said there's rumor that he needs hip surgery. Will Trump have knee or hip surgery? He doesn't want to be out and under and not be president for a minute. He is in trouble. He is in pain. He doesn't want to. He's being stubborn. He's saying, no, I'll make this happen. But look at this. He's getting sick, you guys. I don't know if this is surgery. This is more like something will take him down, maybe a little stroke. We've talked about this. We don't want to wish it. I know that we got to stand on the right side. He's in great pain. Oh, yeah, the hip thing is terrible. And having it done, although it can give you relief later, is very painful. Oh, yeah. I've heard that people who have dementia that have surgery or beginning of Alzheimer's, it puts them into full, like my mom was fine and then she had to have surgery. She was in the kind of little beginning stage of dementia and it kicked it in really bad. Yeah, I don't know, but can I tell you something? Let me just say what I'm feeling, okay? I'm feeling that he doesn't want the surgery because he doesn't trust J.D. Vance and he doesn't want to not be he's not someone to sign over his, like Reagan did and stuff. He wants to be wide awake. And so that's why I feel like this surgery he's going to put off as much as possible, but then there's something else that's going to happen, okay? That's what I'm getting. There's something else that's going to happen. Well, there was 4,493 in the room. We've been on over 50 minutes. I got to get ready for my game. And I love you all. Thank you so much for coming. And we'll do this again. Now, don't forget, I'm leaving Monday. I'll be back Thursday. But if I can do a little show up at the Grand Canyon, I will, especially if we get some UFOs. And if I don't come back, it's because they took me. Don't worry. I point at my toes as they lifted me in the air. I point at my toes. That's very important. I love you all. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Kelly, Keith, Ron, Dan, Lisa. Let's see if Ness was in here. Marby, Calabelle. Ness. Yeah, Ness was here. Lisa Foster, Equus, Marby again. Thank you guys for moderating so much. I love you all. Bye. Cheers. Don't worry, I'm bringing enough bail money. Cheers.